What's up, everyone? This is LeetCode 238, product of array except self. We've done this problem in Python. Now this is time for C++. Okay, so we're given an integer array nums, and we have to return the answer such that answer of I is equal to the product of all elements of nums except nums of I. The product of any prefix or suffix of nums is guaranteed to fit in a 32-bit integer. You must write an algorithm that runs in O of n time and without using the division operation. Okay, so for when we're at a given index, the result of that, the answer array should be the product of everything except that. So for this one here, product of everything besides itself would be the product of, so it'd be 2 times 3 times 4, that'd be 12, or sorry, not 12, that'd be 24. All right, so the 0th index for the answer array is 24, right? Likewise here for this 2, right, the product of everything except self would be 1 times 3 times 4, that would be 12, so 12 goes here, right? When we're at this 3, the product of everything else would be 1 times 2 times 4, that'd be 8. We have an 8 here. Then for this 4 here, right, the product of everything else would be 1 times 2 times 3. That'd be 6. Okay. So now I'm going to show you how we're going to do this, okay? So when we're at a given index, right, one thing you might notice is, okay, if we take everything to the left here, right, multiply that together, and then we take that, the result of that, and then we take everything from, when we're at this 2, everything to the right, multiply that together and bring that up. We multiply these two together, it should give us whatever we have to put here, right? For example, when we're at this 2, right, if we do 1, there's nothing else besides this 1, so just 1, bring that up, right? We have a 1. Then from the right side, we have what? Everything to the right of this 2 should be what? 3 times 4, so that'd be 12. Okay, so we do 1 times 12, that result, which is going to be 12, gets put right here. Okay, that's our answer. Now, the kind of trick to this problem is rather than doing this individually for every index like that, in kind of like some long methodical way, we can just do a pass and calculate for the given index, what's the prefix, right? Everything, the product of everything to the left of that given index, right? And put that in an array called answer, right? And then we're going to go backwards in nums, right? Instead of going left to right, we're going to do right to left. We're going to take the same thing, calculate everything to the product of everything to the right here, everything, the product at this point, the product of everything to the right, right? Basically the postfix. And when we multiply the prefix and the postfix by using this answer array, the result for every index should be the correct answer. Okay, so this thing that I showed you with the 2, everything to the left, everything to the right, we're basically doing that, except we're kind of doing it in steps rather than kind of all at once. Okay, that's really kind of a point. So answer, the answer array initially is going to be 1. Okay, we're going to create this answer array by taking the length of nums, and that's how we know what the length of answer should be. We populate initially everything with. Now, really, we're gonna have a prefix, right? I'm gonna show you kind of how this algorithm is gonna work. We're basically gonna have 2 steps. Okay, we're gonna have a prefix, right, that we calculate, right, by doing prefix times nums of I. Okay, and then we're gonna have this answer array, and answer of I is going to be set by doing the prefix. And by the way, I wrote this like this. This is step 1, this is step 2. By doing prefix times of I. Okay, so let's do this. So initially, we're going to have a prefix variable, right? A terrible R. We're going to have a prefix variable, and it's initially going to be set to 1, right? Because when we start here, there's nothing to the left of this, but we don't want to multiply that by 0 because that would give us the incorrect answer. Okay, so we're going to use 1. Okay, so we're going to say answer of I is going to be prefix times answer of I. Okay, so 1 times 1, so this is a 1. Then prefix, we do prefix times nums of I, so 1 times 1, so prefix remains 1. Move on to this other index, right? So we're going to do answer of I is prefix times answer of I, so prefix times answer of I, 1 times 1, 1. Prefix is prefix times nums of I. So nums of I is 2 times 1. This gets replaced with a 2. Okay. Now we're moving on to this index, right? So answer of I is prefix times answer of I, so 2 times 1 is going to be 2, right? Prefix is going to be prefix times nums of I, so 3 times 2, 6. Okay. Move on to this index, right? Prefix times answer of I. Okay. So 6 times 1 is just 6. And then we're going to do prefix times nums of I should be 4 times 6, which is 24. Now, I need you to understand something. Does this make sense to you so far? Right? Everything to the left of this is what? Is basically just 1, right? There's nothing there. So it's just 1. Everything to the product of everything to the left of this is what? Is this, right? So it should be 1. Okay? When we're here, the product of everything to the left of this is what? 2 times 1. So it should be 2, right? When we're here, the product of everything to the left of this is what? 1 times 2 times 3. That should be 6. Okay, so you see how this is working? Now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do for everything to the right index, okay? So we're going to start at the end of this array, and we're basically going to work, okay? And that is erasing the wrong thing. Okay, and now the thing here is instead of using prefix, we're using postfix, okay? Postfix, and then up here also I'm gonna use postfix. Okay, and we'll use this color. Okay, so postfix is going to be initially 1 also because there's nothing to the right of this and we don't want to multiply by 0. Okay, that would mess up our answer. And it would mess up our array. Okay, so we're going to do answer of I is going to be postfix times answer of I, so 1 times 6. So answer of I is going to be 6. And then postfix is going to be postfix times nums of I, so 1 times 4 to give us 4, right? And I need you to understand, we're basically updating this. And then the reason we update this is because after we update this, this is basically including this in the product so that when we're here, we include this number in the previous step. Okay, that's the point of updating postfix right after. Okay. So we updated postfix, now we're doing this part here. So we're gonna do answer of I is postfix times answer of I, so 4 times 2. So this should be 8. Okay, postfix times nums of I, so 3 times 4, this should be 12. Okay. Answer of I is, we're here now, right? So postfix times answer of I, so 12 times 1 should be 12. Okay, postfix times nums of I should be 12 times 2, should be 24, right? Now we're here. So postfix times answer of I is 24 times 1. So this is it. And now I'm not even going to bother updating postfix because we're not going to use it again. Okay, so this is our final array answer, and is that what we expect? 24, 24, 12, 12, 8, 8, 6, 6, right? So yeah, it is what we expect. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing, but for this example. Okay. So we're going to initialize, these are all initially 1, right? It's not an empty array. Okay. So let's do the prefix. Okay. So remember, answer of I is what? Is answer of I times prefix. So prefix is initially 1, so 1 times 1 is 1. We update prefix by doing prefix times nums of I. So 1 times -1, okay? Then we move here, right? And we're going to do -1 times -1, so this goes to -1. We're going to update prefix by doing -1 times what? 1. So it stays the same. Okay, we move here. We're going to do -1 times 1, 1. And now we do 0 times prefix. So this should be 0. Okay. So now, when we move here, we're going to do prefix times nums of I, or sorry, answer of I for, that should be equal to answer of I. So answer of I gets updated to what? 0. Okay. And prefix should be 0 times -3. That should be 0 also. That stays the same. So here, prefix times 1 is just 0. And then 3 times 0 is 0. So prefix, now we're done. Okay, and now let's think about this logically. Everything to the left of this should be what? It should be 1, right? Because there's nothing to the left. Okay, now when we're here, everything to the left of this should be, the product of that should be -1, right? So yeah, that's what we expect. When we're here, the product of everything to the left of this should be what? -1 times 1, so it should be -1. When we're here, sorry, these, I was just confused because these weren't aligned. This array is drawn bigger than this. When we're here, right, the product of everything of this to the left, everything to the left should be 0 because we're including a 0 in the product, right? Likewise here, we multiply everything to the left, there's a 0, so we're the everything to the left from here should be 0. Okay, that's done. Now let's if I can delete this without deleting it below. I don't know if whatever. I'm just trying to redraw this to say post fix. Okay, and that's initially 1. Okay. So anyways, let's do the postfix now. Okay. So we're going to be working right to left. Okay, so postfix is initially. Okay. So we're going to do answer of I is equal to postfix time. By the way, it's the same formula, right? For the prefix and the postfix. Because you're just changing directions. That's all you're doing. So now for the postfix, it's going to be answer of I is going to be answer of I times postfix. So answer of I times postfix. So that should be 0, right? What we should get. And now we're going to update postfix by doing postfix times 3, which should give us 3. Okay. Now we're going to do answer of I times postfix to give us the answer of I. So it's 3 times 0, 0. Update postfix by doing -3 times 3 should give us -9. Give us -9. Okay. Now we're here and we're here. So -9 times -1 should give us +9. Okay. Now we do postfix times nums of I should give us 0, right? Because again, this is the formula. Except if we're doing this would change between postfix or prefix depending on what we're doing, what direction we're going. But it's the same formula, right? So this is the formula we're using for postfix. So yeah, we updated this, changed postfix by doing -9 times 0. So postfix should be, this should change. Okay. Now when we do something times this is going to be 0. Okay. Now that makes sense though, right? Because when we're at this 0, the product of everything besides itself should actually be a number, right? It is. But for these other points, we're including a 0 when we do product of everything. At any point, we include a 0 in the multiple. So these should all be 0. Makes sense, right? So yeah, that's basically how we're gonna solve this problem. Okay. I know it's a little bit of a long video, but I just wanted to run you through the examples. Okay. Let's say int size, and we're gonna create a vector. Replace everything, the size by 1, or the size is gonna be n, but everything in the array is gonna be, or in the vector is gonna be 1 initially. Okay, just like in the answer array I showed you in the drawing or in the illustration. Okay, so we're gonna say int prefix is gonna be 1, say 4, n plus plus. So initially we're gonna do answer of I, right, is going to be answer of I. Okay, and then the prefix is going to get updated by doing prefix times nums by. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing with the postfix. So we're going to go backwards, right? We're going to say for int I is equal minus minus I, right? Because we want to basically start at the last index, right? And we want to go all the way down, okay? Because we're going backwards for postfix, right? I like just doing I minus. But anyways, so we're gonna say answer of I. Again, it's the same formula, right? So we're gonna say answer of I times postfix, and then postfix is gonna be postfix times nums of. Okay, and then at the end we should be able to return answer. Okay. So yeah, I know this is kind of a long video. I don't know if this problem warrants a long video, but I just wanted to show you the example step by step so you understand what's going on. But yeah, I hope this helped, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.